Okay, this is the last video. This is part 3 of the video which says Messiah explains Apocalypse to all. So this is going to be the third video. So I was just saying that for Tibetans, it's very complicated and it's too convoluted for them, too complicated, too intricate. But it's the same thing with Christians. When I explain to Christians that I'm a Buddhist and I'm attacking the Christian Antichrist, Obama, who is like the Antichrist, right? The guy who was talked about in the Bible. I'm attacking him using the 666 Christian omen, and that is actually announced in our Buddhist Apocalypse, Kala Chakra prophecy, where it says that the demon king, the Antichrist, will be a Christian, Muslim, Jewish. He'll have 3 religions. So, I mean, that gives me a passport to examine all Christianity. I can go into that Antichrist tradition of Christianity. Well, why am I using the Christian Apocalypse omen of 666? It's because I'm fighting with his own weapons. I have to fight on his terrain, with his rules. He's the Christian Antichrist, but I mean, he's not just the Christian Antichrist. He's probably also the Antichrist for the Jews and for the Muslims. But for one thing I know for sure is he is our Antichrist in Tibetan Buddhism, because we have the announcement that this guy will be Christian, Jewish, and Muslim. When I look at Obama, he has a Muslim name, Hussein. He is Jewish family, and he claims to be a Christian. So I mean, and on his school registration in Indonesia, it was written he was a Muslim. So this guy is freely Muslim, Jewish, or Christian. He doesn't give a darn. For him, there's no boundaries. So, anyways, it's fair. What to say? It's fair game to attack him with 666. Even if I'm a Buddhist, I mean, being a Buddhist is no problem, because in our apocalypse we do have the confirmation that this guy will be a Christian. So using a Christian omen 666 against him that's the way to go. That is fair game, fair rules. So anyways, if I talk to Buddhists, Tibetans, they're out of their league. They say, wow. And it's the same thing with Christians. I'm actually stuck between a rock and a hard place, because if I talk to Buddhists, they cannot understand the 666. They can't understand anything. They don't know what this Christian stuff is about. I mean, you can tell them anything. They'll say, oh yeah, okay, sure. I mean, why not? If I go to Christians, I can tell them anything about Tibetan Buddhism. They don't know. So they say, who cares? They have no idea. And they don't know if what I'm saying is true or not, if it's accurate. So I'm kind of like an interpreter, like a translator who goes from one language to the other, and you translate something to people, and people say, I hope you're doing a good translation job. My job is to try to translate faithfully, to be a good translator. So that's what I've been doing. I've made a lot of videos. You can go back to YouTube and see I've made videos 2, 3, 4 years ago. And I'm talking basically about the same thing. So as the years have gone by, let's say that I've improved a little bit probably, and also I've made it clear in my mind, because there's so much wealth of information that you have to really stick to a scenario and get your message through clearly. So that's what I've been doing. So that's for the Tibetans. Okay, so what I've written is, the Tibetans, okay, talking about the Tibetans must accept whatever is told to them, particularly if it comes from a Westerner like me, because of one reason. There's one reason why Tibetans do accept, and they have to accept. It's because in the Tibetan Kala Chakra Apocalypse prophecy, it announces that the king of Shambhala, who will save the fortunate ones in the end times apocalypse, will be a Westerner. Now this is really the kicker of this story. In the Kala Chakra prophecy, it says the final king of Shambhala, who is called Rudra Chakran, he will be a Westerner. He will be a Westerner. It's written that he will be a Westerner. So Tibetans are expecting that they consider that Shambhala is a Buddhist doctrine, but Shambhala is not in Tibet. It's outside of Tibet. So the king of Shambhala, before this final Westerner, will be people from Shambhala, and nobody knows where Shambhala is. It's a secret hidden country, and it remains hidden until the end times, the apocalypse, and then the king of Shambhala appears. He comes out of hiding, and he's a Westerner. So, if it were to be me, I would be the perfect candidate. If it were to be me, then I'd fit perfectly. So Tibetans can't know if I am the actual king or not. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. If I defeat the Antichrist, if I defeat the Demon King, which is announced for Tibetans, they want to defeat this Demon King. If it turns out it is Obama, then I am the king of Shambhala. I'm the real savior for the Buddhists. Okay, so I'm going to just finish this article now, because I made 3 videos now, so this is it. Thus, if I tell them that the Christian omen of 666 is required, I say, we to do the Buddhist Apocalypse, we need 666. That's one of the ingredients. And then they'll say, and then I tell them, yeah, and that 666 has the power to defeat the Antichrist. Then the Tibetans accept that as something they can't fathom. They accept that as, they say, we don't know, we don't understand this. Maybe, we trust you. We have to trust you because we have no idea. It's like you go to France, and you don't speak French, and so you ask somebody to help you, and that guy goes and is talking in French. You say, I hope he's saying the right things. So it's too complicated for the Tibetans, It's the same thing. It's for Christians. Tibetan Buddhism is too complicated. I try to explain things to Christians, but Christians can't understand everything. I'm trying to explain now with my videos, but it's difficult for them to explain. I've been a religious Buddhist for 43 years, and I study continuously, so I have a lot of knowledge. But it's difficult for me to put all that knowledge into small videos, like 20 minutes of video. It's difficult. It's not an easy task. Or half an hour. Even if I did a 1 hour video, it would still not be enough time. I've made videos which lasted an hour. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off. But they accept that I may possibly be the announced world savior, the king of Shambhala, which they await with anticipation, with great hope and fervor. So, they have no idea who I am. They say, hey, who knows? He might be the savior. Who knows? Therefore they accept that 666 may well be the way to victory over the Demon King. It may well. It doesn't mean they know for sure. They have no idea. Tibetans don't have no idea. Like the Christians have no idea. When I make my articles, I get these crazy Christians, these fundies, these Bible thumpers. They come and they're saying, "Oh yeah," and then they're quoting the Bible and everything. But they don't know. They have no idea. They're just idiots. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have this knowledge. So the Tibetans, indeed, they don't know the Western omens and signs, and they must thus rely upon a Westerner, that's me, to guide them through that labyrinth in the Christian mythology and system of thought. So, and I'm not throwing a stone at Tibetans. I'm not down on Tibetans. Likewise, Westerners. We Westerners must rely upon Tibetans to guide us through Buddhism and its apocalypse. It's the same way. The Kalachakra apocalypse, we need the Tibetans, you see, because I have been guided by Tibetans. I have studied Tibetan language, Tibetan culture, and I have spent 5 years in India and China, in India and Tibet and Nepal. I spent several years in Nepal, and with Tibetans. It's Tibetans who guide me through Tibetan Buddhism. So that's it. Indeed, we cannot understand all that by ourselves without any help. So that's my story for today, people. That's my story. Messiah explains apocalypse to all. So these 3 videos are going to go into an article, and this text is going to be in the article. So you people have gotten the explanation with the videos. Now you have the article. Go and comment and spread this news to the world. You know, I've explained this very clearly because I've had so many people in the comments just showing that they don't understand anything about what I'm saying and what I'm explaining. They have no idea. So that's why I'm really explaining things to people now. Okay, people, thanks for watching, and see you soon. This is not over, but it's up to you to spread this news everywhere and to spread the apocalypse. So see you, people. Bye-bye.